What it do, what it do, what it do? It's your boy Cinco Benz the man. Trying to get 100 grand. You know I got the plan. And I can't do it without you. We bike. Yes, Lord, we are bike. And we back with a good one, y'all. One of hip-hop's most profound rap groups. West Coast. Put on for the West Coast, one of West Coast's most profound groups, the WestSide Reconnection. Everybody knows the WestSide Reconnection. Well, we all wanted to know what happened, why they separated, never got back together. It was a big feud between Mack 10 and Ice Cube. Nobody really never knew how big this situation was until it was time for them to reunite. When it was time for them to reunite, there was no reunification. Reunification. There was no reunification. Ice Cube wasn't happening. It was something hit a little too close to home. But without further ado, it's your boy Cinco Benz the man. Make sure y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe button. It's going to help the channel. It don't cost you nothing. But let's get to it, y'all. Hey, without further ado, the WestSide Reconnection. Shout out to my boy Drip Zion. You feel me? Yeah. Shout out to my boy Drip Zion.
Discover the convenience of high-quality water delivered straight to your door with Primo Water.
WestSide Reconnection was one of those groups that felt bigger than just three rappers making records together. Ice Cube, Mack 10, and WC had different backgrounds, different personalities, but when they came together, that chemistry was serious.
Hey, I seen my nigga Dub C up here a couple of weeks ago. And that nigga said some positive shit, you know what I'm saying, about the group situation, you know. But I got love for Dub C too, though. You feel me? Hey, and to keep it all the way real, I got love for Ice Cube too. Because I'm one of them niggas that's too blessed to be mad at any motherfucking body. You feel me? Hey, fuck being mad about some 25-year-old shit. Hey, check this out. Look.
Give us one more.
One more?
One more.
Hey, if I do one more some WestSide Reconnection, y'all gotta do it with me like my niggas is up.
That's what I'm saying, y'all. It's been over 20 years. They've been feuding. But we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. Ice Cube wasn't letting it go. I know Mack 10 was willing to hash it out. Ice Cube wasn't willing to let it go. We gonna check it out, y'all. Y'all check it out.
Bow Down became an anthem. The group represented the West Coast heavy, and for a minute, it looked like that movement could keep going for years. Then everything stopped. No big farewell tour. No final album explaining what happened. Ice Cube and Mack 10 simply went separate ways. WC stayed somewhere in the middle, and WestSide Reconnection basically disappeared. For years, fans kept hearing pieces of the story, but the situation always came back to one ugly confrontation involving Mack 10 and Ice Cube's brother-in-law.
Everybody's not gonna like you, but everybody got something to say. You know, that's part of it. You shouldn't change your mind because a few people don't like your decision. I think that's the problem with the world today. Everybody's second guessing themselves, unsure, not going with their guts and their instincts, trying to fit into, you know, society's norms. And most people that's doing that, I don't think they're happy.
That's why Mack 10's latest comments caught people off guard. After all these years, he got on stage, mentioned WC showing love toward the group, then took it even further. Mack said, "I got love for Dub C too," before adding, "I got love for Ice Cube too." And then came the line that really changed the temperature. Forget being mad about some 25-year-old stuff. That right there sounded different because Mack wasn't throwing shots, blaming Cube, or reopening old wounds. He sounded like somebody who might finally be ready to leave the past where it belongs. But once you know what allegedly happened behind the scenes, you understand why one public shout out probably isn't enough to put WestSide Reconnection back together.
It was just, I mean, you know, it was just an unfortunate situation, you know, as far as, you know, what came out of all that, you know what I'm saying? But the stories you heard probably, most of them probably was, what did you hear? What else did you hear? Did you hear that before all this happened, that it ain't like that just happened? I was like, yeah, but I went to Cube about 4 or 5 times before the conflict jumped off and told him to correct the situation. So that's the part that everybody leave out, I think. Right. It was out, so I didn't. Nobody didn't intend on starting nothing or nothing even.
Now, this is just my take, right? Excuse me. You in business with someone, and their significant other, not even their significant other, but the significant other's brother starts to annoy you. Whatever, I don't know what the situation was, but it starts to annoy you. You run to the boss, you tell the boss, hey man, look man, your wife cousin, man, getting, can you please? Now, being that he's dealing with street guys, these are street guys, they might only give you one warning. Maybe you should do that multiple times, and you know what I'm saying? But it's the boss's wife's brother, bro. You gotta have some type of, you know what I mean? You gotta let them handle it. No matter how you feel, you gotta let them handle it, bro. But he's a gangster, man. This is gangster rap at the height of hip hop in the 90s. So think about this. This gangsterism is at its height. He wasn't saying this more than once. He had homies that was behind him that was willing to do whatever he said because he said something more than once. So let's hear it. Let's just hear it, y'all.
Even like escalating.
Now, mind you, these old homies, one more thing. These old homies that he had is so loyal. They'll even whoop him. You hear what I'm saying?
To that level. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go to somebody 5 times before it escalates, then you was trying to be diplomatic about the situation.
Because according to Mack 10, that confrontation didn't just come out of nowhere. He says there was already tension building behind the scenes, and before things ever got physical, he actually went to Ice Cube more than once trying to get the situation handled. Mack explained that he went to Cube 4 or 5 times before everything finally blew up. His point was simple. From his side, he wasn't looking for drama. He felt like he gave Cube chances to step in and straighten things out before it reached another level.
I get what he's saying. 4 or 5 times, that is a good amount. But what did the brother actually do? They're not saying what the brother actually did. Now, depending on what the brother actually did is depending on how Cube looked at it. It might be something that's not even, like, what? You know what I'm saying? But to these street cats, it's life or death.
Level. That detail changes the way the whole breakup looks. For years, the story got boiled down to Mack 10 having an altercation with Cube's brother-in-law, Cube choosing family, and WestSide Reconnection being finished. But Mack is basically saying there was a whole chapter before that moment that people rarely talk about, and that's where it gets messy. Because Cube wasn't just Mack's group member. WestSide Reconnection was business too. Albums, shows, touring, branding, all of that money was tied together. So when personal problems started bleeding into the business, somebody was eventually going to have to pick a side. Cube apparently made his choice, and once that happened, the group never really recovered. But Mack still doesn't sound like somebody who believes he was
because Cube was the head. They don't want to say it. Cube was the head, bro. That's why it never recovered. Cube was the head.
Completely wrong for how everything played out. And this is where WC's position makes the whole story even more interesting. Because while Cube and Mack 10 stopped dealing with each other, WC never completely picked a side. He continued working with both of them separately, which tells you the problem wasn't really about the group as a whole. It was personal between 2 men who once had serious business together.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying, okay? I picked...
Oh, you've been in tons of movies. I know that, Mac. What's this new one, man? What you got cracking for us? Scratch.
Look out for it.
Man, there he is. Now, of course, you know, Q talked about possibly reuniting with you, man. What you got to say to that?
I don't know about none of that, man. They're shooting Scratch right now.
Okay, it's all about Scratch. That's what I'm talking about.
I want to ask you, what's WestSide Connection's
Hurry up. Camera ready.
WestSide Connection's completely shut down. Can I just ask though? But some fans think the legacy doesn't mean anything anymore.
So,
What do you say to fans that feel like, you know?
once you get to the squad, baby, that's it. How they feel about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like the legacy, the music for WestSide Connection doesn't mean as much because you guys aren't together anymore, because it's all about camaraderie and like riding with your friends together.
Every time we do a WestSide Connection show, whenever I'm performing.
Listen, as you notice, Cube didn't even want to talk about WestSide Connection. He didn't even want to discuss it. Nothing about WestSide Connection. And he got Dub C with him. That's his boy. It's just, it hit too deep. When it hit family, y'all, it hit too deep. But let's finish checking it out, man. I'm gonna cut the camera real quick.
Q performing and we're together, the crowd go crazy. I don't see how they can't think that.
But you guys aren't doing it anymore.
What do you mean?
It shut down.
Mack 10 does WestSide Connection records on the solo show. I do WestSide Connection records on my solo. Ice Cube do them on the solo or when we're together. Now there's always going to be a WestSide Connection. Are we performing together as a group? No, not at all. Not right now.
Yeah. You think you'll ever come back?
What'd you say?
You think you'll ever come back together as a?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah. Things worked out between, Cube and Mack. It's called real life though.
Yeah.
Real life behind the music.
Yeah.
Music is one thing, but real life behind the music is another. If there's no gelling, then there's no music.
Yeah.
But WestSide Connection will always be an all-time favorite collective group package that the fans out there love, and I love it. And unfortunately, everybody doing what they're doing right now. In the beginning, before the WestSide Connection, Dub C was on stage. I'm gonna continue to be on stage.
And that's the whole purpose of me making this video, y'all. Don't laugh at my hat. And that's the whole purpose of me making this video, y'all. WestSide Connection is a pillar in the hip-hop community. We need these OGs to show the youngsters we can get over things and come back together and make money. We don't have to be segregated and separated, man. If you look in LA, the old heads is even separated. So you can't expect the youngsters to not bump heads when the older ones are not even leading by example. That's what we call it. You know what I'm saying? But hit that like, hit that subscribe. You rocking with the most valuable. It's your boy Cinco Bandston, man. Hey, I know I keep cutting the camera. It's my birthday today too, so I'm doing both. You dig? I love y'all, and I wanted y'all here with me. But let's finish rocking this out. WestSide Connection.
Stage with you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people might say, well, damn, where's Mack 10? Because we used to see all three of them on stage together. That don't mean there's any love lost. Not on my end.
Not on your end.
There's not no love lost. And then Q was not mentioned in the WestSide Connection. Ain't nothing but love on my end.
Would you ever sort of mediate between Mack 10 and Ice Cube?
No, because I can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do.
Yeah.
You're not saying you personally, but you're asking me to do something that I can't do.
Yeah.
If I ask somebody several times, let's put this together, let's do X, Y, Z, and they say no, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to say, well, I'm not going to deal with you no more.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend no more. I'm not going to perform with you no more on stage. I'm not going to do that because you don't want to do that. I got other things that I can do. I was a solo artist before the WestSide Connection.
Yeah.
I can continue to go out there and do other things outside of music. And to the fans out there, I love the WestSide Connection. I mean, I wish that we could have kept going on and doing what we're doing. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it.
WC has basically kept the WestSide Connection name alive without pretending everything is good behind the scenes. He's performed with Mack, worked with Cube, and still represents what that group meant to the West Coast. But even he has admitted that a full reunion looks difficult as long as Cube and Mack still have.
And that's one thing too, guys. We gotta give Dub C his flowers, man. We gotta give Dub C his flowers, man. He if it wasn't for Dub C, the little speckle of WestSide Connection that we do have, we wouldn't have it. Salute to you, Dub C. Salute to you, my boy.
Have unresolved issues. And think about how crazy that is. These three helped create one of the hardest West Coast groups of that era, but one confrontation was enough to freeze everything for more than 2 decades. No reunion album, no real comeback tour, not even that one major moment fans keep asking for. So, Mack showing Cube love publicly matters, but the bigger question is whether Cube even sees that as a real peace offering, or if that door has already been closed for too long.
That second album came out on Who Bangin' Records.
Yeah.
So you had your own record label.
Yeah.
And they put out that album through you.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
Yeah, sound about right.
Okay.
That's what happened.
So it don't look like we gonna get a reconnection, y'all. Hey, man, I will let this rock out, but I don't want to mislead y'all. We ain't getting no reconnection, man, till Ice Cube is ready, y'all. Hey, it's your boy Sicko Benz, the man. You know I got the plan. HipHops.